you smell what the flock is cooking? Flock up or flock off, not you. You stick around because it's about to go down. You know, flock one of the most energetic and eating the Eagle verse. You know, I like to do around this time about this time. It's a Thursday, Hurts Day. Let's fucking go. And what we got for our Flockcast today, we're going to get a little bit of Jeff Lurie. Jeff Lurie spoke to the media a few days ago. Did I talk about that? I felt like I didn't talk about that. I just saw an episode of Saquon Barkley on New Heights. Well, I saw like half of it. We're going to get a little bit of that. Of course, it's Thursday, Hurts Day, so we're going to mix that up a little bit in there also. What else we got? Just, yeah, a lot of good things, man. A lot of good things. Oh, and then, okay, you the stupid stuff, man. Damn, it's been a long time since I did a feather to the haters. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring that back. But, I mean, Chris Canty, man. He's a former New York Giant, so I get him. And, you know what I mean? You got to have somebody. Not everybody's going to be on board with what we doing around this time, about this time, at this time. So I understand that. Call some what? Let's keep the maniac thing. Please like and subscribe. If you about that fly, Eagles fly. Drop a comment in that box if you flying with the flock. Let's fly. Do remember, join that maniac thing. Know the game. You hit that bell. You get a bang whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Let's fucking go. You already know. Benefit, you don't. Yeah, we in therapy. Kind of crazy right now because I'm hearing all kinds of things from all kinds of places. And, you know, it just gets me a little crazy. So, you know, I got to hop in here for a little therapy session real quick. So, yeah, we're going to start right off the back with Chris Canty. And I mean, you know, it's not that crazy. So I believe last year they had us in other words, the projections came out as far as you know, what the teams are gonna go with the record projections. Wait, hold up. I forgot. Did I keep the main thing? Shit, you gotta keep the main thing. Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good times. If you're not there, hope this helps you get there. Fly skies, if you're not there, hope this helps you get there. Because we're about to go there. Oh yeah, don't forget that, man. We need the good vibes. Yeah, let's go. And just like that, we're going to talk about some trash ass shit. Excuse my language. But yeah, man, Canty, so, you know, they came out with the projections as far as what the winning, the plus minus on the wins would be on the year. You know, they got us at a 10.5, second behind the Niners. They got them at 11.5. I believe we're tied with the Cowboys and the Lions at 10.5. They got us going, you know, the over-under on that. And I mean, you know what? Not to mention, we're starting the season off in Brazil. We already know that. Friday night, that's going to be dope. The whack part is that it's going to be on Peacock, whack, whatever the case may be. The other whack part, Brazil. I was actually thinking about going, and I look at it's Brazil's crazy. So I would have to get like airdropped to the stadium and then like beamed up to a spaceship right afterwards because I'm not going to and I don't want to sound prejudiced or anything like that. I just mean like from the statistics that I've seen. Pretty sure right now a lot of people wouldn't even want to go to New York City. And I look at it as like one of the safest places in the world. So, I mean, you know, once you're there, it's probably a whole different deal. And I mean, it would probably be amazing to go to Brazil. Regardless of what? I get sidetracked sometimes, you understand? I'm a maniac. So, we're starting off there. And I'm seeing I believe they came out that they're looking at either Green Bay or the Browns. Two formidable teams I would want to start off with like a layup. And, you know, this year, Jacksonville's that layup, especially for like overseas games or international games, if you will. And I'm like, Jacksonville, I mean, there really are no layups on the schedule period because, I mean, there was one point when we thought the gambit of our last season would be, and we ran through the game. I believe we started the gambit at like 4-0. We'd say we're taking our teams left and right. And then we go and face the back end of our schedule when we lose to the Giants, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. No one saw that coming. So there's no layups in the NFL, much like Barkley was saying in the New Heights episode. And I'm all over the place. I say all of this to say that, you know, 10.5 doesn't seem... Canty was going crazy, and I was upset because of his reasoning behind it. He's like, you know, I said there were good reasons now that I think about it. I just came off. I'm just mad because you can't talk about... Only I can talk about my team. You don't talk about my team. It's like with family members. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about my family, B. You can't talk about my family, B. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt. But now that I'm thinking, I'm taking it into true context and I'm calming down a little bit. And it's coming to me in live time, real time. Yeah, I mean, it's not too crazy what he said. So basically, he was saying that if we lost, being the fact that we lost Fletcher Cox and Jason Kelce, big leadership components, it's kind of a big deal. I'm like, what are you talking about initially? Then I take time to I'm thinking right now that, you know, you remember how we were about losing Gannon and Steichen, and it's like, yeah, we're the Eagles. Look at the team. We're still going to be great, and these guys are already in the room and blah, 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 blah. And we saw how much that hit us. So I will not doubt that the effect of losing Jason Kelce and Fletcher Cox will be felt. I just hope it won't be to the extent that it will drop us lower than 10 games, dogs. Well, at that point, we're looking at a 9-8 record, 10-7 if it's under 10.5. I can't help myself but to take the over, seeing all this talent on this damn team, man. Like, and it's just the fact that, I know he's from the Giants and everyone's talking about their over-unders and all that. And I just had a sneaky suspicion that he was going to go Eagles on his projection right there. And not only that, I believe he was a former Cowboy too. So, was he a Raven? Regardless, but I mean, if there's anybody that I see not hitting that 10.5, I would look at the Cowboys. Number one, we already know the deal with this NFC East. No one has won it back-to-back since us in 2004. We're talking like 20 years ago, right? Not to mention, they've done nothing on that. They've done nothing in free agency. Then Dan Orlovsky brought out a great stat, the fact that anyone that has, I believe, 60% of their, no, above 30%, because it can't be 60% of their cap. Nah. I believe anything anywhere above 30%, any one player having more than 30% of the cap, like, they're not doing anything that season. I believe overall it was some crazy record, like 21 and 37 over the span of like maybe 5 quarterbacks that has happened with. So, I mean, if anything, I would look at the Cowboys. Of course, I would look at the Cowboys because I have a bias. So how am I getting mad at Chris Candy? Because Chris Candy's on international TV, bro. You know what I'm doing. You see the colors behind me. Open your eagle eye, poke your beak, and give it an Eagles. Let's go. So I can do this. I'm supposed to do this. What would I be doing if I didn't? Regardless of what, I bring a little levity to the situation and the fact that, I do understand we're losing 2 all-time greats, possibly Hall of Famers. And that would be a lot to recover from. However, I believe we are bringing so many great things into this locker room. And we'll transition this into the new heights, seeing Saquon Barkley. Just half of the episode, man. I mean, I don't want to say I got everything I need from him. It's just straight off an interview. We still need to see a dude perform on the field and see how he fits in Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni's offense. See how he fits in with this team, amongst other things. But as it currently stands, hearing this man talking, me and Mega Maniac was just speaking to the fact that these two in the locker room, Jalen Hurts on a Thursday, Jalen Hurts. We got to bring up Jalen Alexander, the great Hurts on a Thursday Day. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley in the locker room, dude. I mean, he was like, yo, they're just going to be dropping gems all day during press conferences. Like, things just flow out. Just leadership flows off of these dudes' auras. Like, oh, man. And not to mention, once you add in, when you mix in a little bit of CJ GJ, a little bit of Devin White, and everyone else all encompassing Brandon Graham, like, oh, man, his stories about Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox on the field, man, I know you've probably seen it. If you haven't seen the episode of New Heights with Saquon Barkley on it, check it out, dude. Like I said, I've only seen half of it, and I'm like, I'm stumped. Well, only like 500,000 have watched this episode already. I imagine there's a lot. I mean, because you know what? There are a lot of upset Eagles fans that are still about this. There are still a lot of Eagles fans that are upset about this deal. And I imagine no Giants fan wants to pop in and watch that. You know what I mean? Even though I did see in the live chat that they was like, can't believe the Giants fans really hopped in here just to hate on. It's like, dude, it happens across the board. It baffles me to no end how people from other teams will hop on another team's message board or whatever the case may be and just troll incessantly. It's hilarious to me. What's even more hilarious is when people take them serious. Like, dude, dude, it's wild. I mean, if I was driving over a bridge and I saw a troll and it fell down, I could have been on that bridge, dogs. That's a whole other story. What? There's no way I would have been on that bridge. I'm fronting. But I mean, I was kind of taking the same route. Regardless of what, you got him, Saquon, in this interview with Kelsey and Kelsey. I call them Kelsey and Kelsey. Now I'm getting tired because I switch up, flick up their names all the damn time. Travis and Jason. He's just, dude, like, you could tell the dude gets it, oozes leadership, can't wait to get out there. I feel like he's going to be a whole monster for us, dude, and that's just talking. I can't wait to see it happen, man. So, yeah, just super duper looking forward to that. And just glad that Howie pulled the trigger on it. And speaking of Howie, yeah, that's really the real main story of the day, man. But I won't forget this dude's name now that he's possibly going to be gone. Howie pulls the trigger on him. Finagles the bagel makes the contract dope for him. I mean, like, when you look at the cap hits, I was looking at the cap hits of every position group that we have on the team, and I believe you were only like top 10 on like 2 of those position groups. I believe it was defensive end and not cornerback. Couldn't have been cornerback. Defensive line and not the O-line. Not even running backs. What group was that? We only like just as far as salary cap hits go this year. Regardless of what, the guy that made all of that possible, our capologist, salary cap guy extraordinaire, Jake Rosenberg, will no longer be with the Eagles after this year's draft. It was odd to me, the timing. Felt the need to put this out there, I guess, because he'll be looking for a job. So he's got to put his resume out there for after the draft or whatever the case may be. It's just wild to me. You know what it really is? I just did not want to hear this. So over the last few days, I've been pumping this dude up as far as, he's the guy that makes the magic happen. He's the guy behind the curtain, how he's out there as eyes, and he's out there pushing them, flipping the numbers and crunching the numbers and making things happen. So it's going to be quite a hit for us. Same way I felt when we lost Joe Douglas. Same way I felt, I forget the assistant GM's name, the dude that's the assistant GM for the Giants now. Like, you're always like, dude, I hope how we better have the guy in place to replace that guy. And more often than not, we always seem to have that guy. I mean, it's like, what do you leave? What do you want to go somewhere else for, bro? It's going crazy over here. But I mean, hate to say, none of these GMs are perfect as far as personnel goes and picking the greatest guys all the time. But if you would have put that guy in a position with other people, we love Harry, we love Howie. Howie is Howie Potter waving the magic wand, Howie busting the stupid dope moves. We love him, but is he the best evaluator of talent? Can't say. Just imagine putting that guy with someone like that. Like, it would just spell doomsday for the entire league. Regardless of whom or what, I know Howie has that man in place. It was dope having Jake while he was here, man. We've seen some amazing off seasons, some crazy acquisitions. Everything always seems to fit as far as what we do more often than not. We can't, dude, just like I said, man, like Saquon, everyone's talking about how crazy. You hear it through all of these damn shows. They gave him too much. Even Eagles, man. Oh, they gave him too much money, bro. He's not hitting the cap crazy because we do things the right way. And I don't know exactly how the sausage is made, pause, but they're doing something right over here because, you hardly hear any contract disputes, anybody really holding out for that matter. Everyone seems to always be taken care of. It seems to be a great deal for the team as well as the player whenever something is put down by this organization, and Jake was a big part of it. Hats off to him. Yet another piece with losing in this offseason. Like, as much as we've won in this offseason, many things that we have acquired, damn, losing Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey, DeAndre Swift, now Jake Rosenberg, not to mention other dudes But we have made some great acquisitions also, and Saquon being one of those. I just can't wait to see him on the flocking field. Another thing I noticed over these NFL meetings, you got Lurie talking, and you can see the line between ownership, management, coach, into the field. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what I wouldn't call it status quo, just the company line is being told and they're holding it down. That's how you want the organization to be, much like Kirk Cousins was saying during his press conference with the Falcons. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing where you can see it from top to bottom. Everybody is in line, working with each other toward the same goal, trying to get there the same way. There's no pulling, no tugging, going different directions. I've seen it over numerous occasions with teams like the Jets and the Commanders, with just management and ownership and the team and the coaches. Like, it's just dysfunction all over the place. Like, it's just a beautiful thing to see. Hearing Lurie speak, I even heard someone like I said, man, you hear all these haters out here. So I heard somebody still hating on Saquon thing, like, oh, you thought running was your problem. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. No one's saying that. Saquon is going to be the end-all, be-all to fix everything, dude. Just all the pieces that we put together is working in a way that's going to come together perfectly next season, at least in my estimation. Not to mention, I heard another gentleman saying that he has no faith. I just saw the headline. I didn't look into it because, just had a little bit too much of that over the last few days. And I'm not going to bring that negativity into my universe. Good vibes, good tides, fly, Eagles, fly. That's where I'm at right now. That's my mantra. Shut up, man. We do this on the fly. You already know. So, I'm just more of the thinking that it seems like everything is in conjunction going forward. We've got this thing lined up right. He's speaking of how, even Nick Sirianni is the greatest BS in the world. He's really about what he's talking about. Like, he said this is the reason why we hired him. And much like I said, we're not going to sit here and you're not going to have what I call a recency bias. He called it, latency, recency, some other things. Similar, basically saying the same thing, different words, right? And, it's just basically echoing the same thing that I've been saying all season. Basically, I've been echoing what that man's his thought process is. And people are talking like, it's just we're trying to figure out. That was another thing that King said. We're still trying to figure out what Nick Sirianni does. Oh, the flock God, he's the flocking coach, bro. The man himself, the owner, Lurie said, dude, we've never really picked up anybody that was for the sake of calling plays. I'm getting OCD now. Yeah, we jacking this thing up. Oh, God. It's bugging me out. Maniac. So, you got this man, the owner, saying that, we've never hired anybody for that actually had play calling duties prior to him hiring them. You know what I mean? So, what are we talking about here? You're looking at more things just play calling is one piece of coaching, dude. You think, dudes, the things that have to go on with 53 men, not to mention the coaching staff, amongst other things, calling plays, time, the clock, all kinds of things that if you just focus completely, we've seen what happens when some coaches are just, you can delegate guys to do the other things, right? And then you say, oh, what are you, just call plays? Or you delegate guys to do that, and then you handle the other things. Whatever the case may be, it seems it's proven to have worked over the last few years. Sure, we hit a bump in the road over the last 6 games last season, but last 7 games, losing 6 out of the last 7, right? But prior to that, much like the owner said, his record was 37 and whatever. Crazy. And the one that I hold my hat on, they were top or tied for the top team in the league for 32 weeks in a row. There's something to be said with that, with him being at the helm of this. And it's like, oh, you knew that Gannon and Saquon were the brains behind it. What the flock did their teams do last year? Is you kidding me? Yeah, they look better than they did the year prior. But this man, when he got here, took over a 4-1 team and got to the playoffs. What are we talking about? These people. See, you got me. No one's even talking to you. No one's even brought up Sirianni. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad, bro? Why are you so mad? It's just that I believe my owner when he says what he says. I even heard some dude on WIP talking like, oh, I'm supposed to believe this. And what do you want the man to say? And not to mention his way of doing this has proven to work for us since he's taken over the team. It just drives me crazy. I don't know what the flock people out here is talking about. As far as, they're just, but you know what? But I do get it. You mad. We mad. The fans are going to be mad. Losing 6 out of the last 7 games, you started, not to mention, I could only imagine the people out there that, if our number was 11.5 last year, and you're sitting there at 11-2, your team starts at 10-1, you're like, there's no way I'm not hitting this plus 11.5. So, I imagine betting has a lot to do with the anger. Just angry-ass fans off top. That's part of the game. It's going to be out there. They're going to be out there. We're going to be out there. Am I one of them? Sometimes. I don't know. You got a whole lot of things. So I get it. And not everyone's going to share the same mindset as me. It's just the overexertion of energy towards that end is like, dude, he's our coach. Now, let's fly with him. There's nothing we can do about it right now. You're putting bad omens on the team before the season even started, bro. Relax. Get off that BS. That's just how I feel. I got to talk about my life as I see it. AGLES, see it. So that's where I'm at with that. And we're ending on a bad note. I can't believe it. It got me going crazy for Sirianni. I just think at the end of the day, Lurie, he put it out there, had a great press conference. A great dude, man. Seems like, of course he gets it. Top, if not the best, one of the best owners in the league. So I'm with that. What game is this? Number 2, Akers. Akers kicking off. They're playing the Cowboys week 6, 2003. Is this the pickle game? Oh, they're showing the best onside kicks. Oh no. That sucked. Ran it back. Yeah, we made a horrible onside kick. Who'd that go to? Dude, what are they doing to me over here, man? What are they doing? They got me ending on a bad note. Nah, dude. Another thing that just, before we get out of here, inside the mind of the maniac, something that I've been seeing I don't believe they have scheduled who's going to play this season on Christmas. I'm done with the Christmas games. It was a surprise onside opening kick, week 6, 2003. Oh, man. And that was their number 1 worst kick. Blah! I gotta stop keeping that on while I'm on. Right? Regardless of what, this year, they're going to have, I believe they're going to have 2 Christmas games, if I've read that correctly, on a Wednesday, albeit Christmas is on a Wednesday this year, and the NFL is not letting up. They're trying to put their foot on the NBA's neck. It is wild. But what I will say is, the first 3 years, I was hyping what we had Christmas Eve one year, then we had Christmas Day the next year. I can do without. I'm good. Thank you. It was fun while it lasted. Do not make this an Eagles thing. I'm over it. I just, what? What? Like, Christmas Eve was ruined 2 years ago, losing to the Cowboys. That was horrible. Not to mention, Jalen Hurts wasn't even in that game. It was a great game to watch, but I just can't dealing with losses around Christmas and all that, bro. Like, how much eggnog you got to put down to drown out those L's. So you got that. Then you got last year against the Giants, like just super stressed. Like, why is this game so hard? What the flock is going on? So that was nuts. So I could deal without the stress on Christmas. You know what I mean? So thank you very much. But I'm good not having any Christmas games for the Eagles for the rest of time. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's where I'm at with that. We also got, what else? We gotta leave on a good note. What happened? What happened over these last few days? What I got here? Got it. Still need got it. Eagles, please. Jeffrey Lurie's the man. Never look for a play caller and hiring a head coach. You could draw a straight line from ownership to management to the head coach to the field. And I just can't wait. Bottom line is I can't wait to see how this locker room gets down, how they come out here and perform, man. Just seeing how excited Saquon is about being head dogs. Like, he said when you heard for the playoff game, dust coming out, it's crazy. And then you hear it coming from the crowds, just, this ain't what you want. And then the Eagles just coming out in the stadium going crazy. Like, this is what you want to be a part of, man. I hope this leads to a lot of, hopefully we'll get to the playoffs and get a lot of playoff wins and, get to the top of the mountain, man. That goal, the goal of all goals, what we want to achieve over here on this football thing, man. And yeah, thanks for singing for this crazy, wild therapy session. I am drooling. I'm going crazy today, y'all. Can't wait for football. This just got me super excited watching New Heights and then forgetting what I was going to talk about yesterday and talk about it today. Got me a little loopy, but you know how to do it around this time, about this time, at this time, man. Till the next time, make your best time in the meantime, between time. Keep it a green time. And you know what we got right now? We got questions. We got questions for who? We got questions for all y'all. What you going to do when Eagle Mania swoops down and Saquon Barkley runs wild on you? Say it with me one time. Eagles. Eagles. Let's get the flock out of here before I lose it.